What's going on, everyone? So, welcome to the latest live stream. This is part of a series where we came up with a collective top 100, which was very difficult for the three of us because we all have such very different tastes, different top hundreds. And it took us 4 live streams to come up with that. And we are going in alphabetical order. This is our number 12, which you clicked on this live stream. So, you know what we're talking about The Big Lebowski today, which is a 1998 film. Directed by the Coen brothers. And for those of you who don't know, it's about Jeff the Dude Lebowski, who is mistaken for a millionaire of the same name, and he seeks restitution for his ruined rug and enlists his bowling buddies to help get it. It's a film that stars a lot of actors: Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Tara Reid, David Huddleston, and many more. This is a film that has a cult classic status, and we will definitely be discussing it in depth. But of course, I'm joined today with Marv, who is a little bit of an Eagles fan, just a little bit, and Sergey of SkynetGen, who recently hit 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to his channel. Guys, I guess let's get into it. Sergey, do you remember around the same time? Do you remember around the first time that you saw this film? Like, how long ago was it, would you say?
Probably first year of college, maybe. It was a while ago. I didn't love the movie right away. Like, I thought it was just okay. And that was like over the years, it became like this casual, fun watch. I just really like the characters. It's just like a great hangout movie. And that's what I always like. So I just want an easygoing, more laid back film that's still very stylish and funny. That's like the go-to movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny you say that it was okay on first viewing, because I still remember when I first saw this film, because I think I've mentioned it before, but I was going through like IMDb's top 250, and this was one of the films that I knew I was going to watch. But I had 2 friends, one of who was still my best friend, and I remember anytime we would bowl, they would be referencing The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
The one friend loved The Big Lebowski, and my friend John, who you both know, shout out to John, he thought it was good, but thought it was a bit overrated. Now, keep in mind, we were 15, 16, so, that's kind of like the thing that everyone says around that age. But ironically enough, he watched it years later. He ended up liking it a lot more. And for me, when I finally saw it in December 2014, I thought it was like rock solid to good. I could definitely see why people loved it, but I wasn't enamored with it. But at the same time, I found myself quoting it a lot, and I found myself really drawn to rewatching it. And I think it's in large part due to the filmmaking. I mean, this is a comedy with incredible filmmaking. I mean, Roger Deakins' cinematography is just immaculate, especially on like 4K physical media. Like, it's amazing. I mean, just the opening titles alone, the the high/dream sequences, like those are incredibly well done. And again, even if the humor doesn't work for people, the filmmaking is at least something people can stand back on. I mean, Carter Burwell delivers a really good score. The soundtrack, like all the musical choices, are fantastic. And it's also a film that you can watch and not really care about the story. But if you do care about the story, it is very interesting how convoluted it is and how all these different events happen over one simple thing. And it's a stroke of genius storytelling regarding the Coen brothers. But I can talk more about it, but Marv, I know, is new to this film. And full disclosure to anyone that's watching this either now or will be watching this later, I have the thumbnail right now as The Big Lebowski bowls a split with the boys. Now, I knew Sergey liked this film, and I love this film. Marv, I had because of just how much he was trying to avoid this film over the years, I had a feeling that he wasn't going to like it. And Marv, was I right?
I did not like this movie. No, I did not like this movie. But it's just like last week. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I just don't like it. But
this is where we post John Goodman, the scene where he's blowing up.
Instead of the shut up, Donnie, shut up. Anytime, we just gotta play that.
Marv was like, "Market 0."
I didn't say it was 0.
Marv, what was it? Because if you don't have anything negative to say, what didn't work for you then?
I just felt kind of like last week, I just felt indifferent towards it. I didn't think it was anything wrong with it. I was just kind of like watching, like, this is a movie that you love. You love this movie this much to put it on the top 100. That's my number one question. Like, you love this movie that much, both
Well,
of you.
before we
That's for both
discuss,
of you.
I can give endless reasons. I've seen this film right now. If you check Letterboxd, I've seen it 9 times over the last decade, and it's a film that if I knew someone that hadn't seen it, it's a film that I'm like, all right, let's put this on. But you still haven't explained why you're not a big fan of certain, like.
I just told you. I just said I was indifferent to it. I don't have anything negative to say about it.
So the last film, the
I,
conversations.
Did you watch it? That's my question.
I did. I just finished watching it. I just watched it on YouTube TV
Okay, what's the last scene?
with the I guess his name is Sam Shepard, and he's talking about, there's little Lebowski on the way. He said to let Donnie go.
And what was the opening scene?
The opening scene was at the bowling alley. It was just an opening, not a montage, but opening credit scene.
Was there anything like in particular about the opening scene?
It was just opening credits. I watched the movie, Chad. I just didn't like it, dude.
Yeah, but you're not really explaining why.
I told you I'm indifferent towards it. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Did you not like the characters?
I just didn't find him interesting. It was just a slacker and his John Goodman, who treated Steve Buscemi like trash, and that was it.
Wow. That's a terrible take. But okay. Can't Articulate says, "What's up? I just opened YouTube and saw y'all streaming. Big Lebowski is fantastic. So many funny scenes. Absolutely agree." Can't Articulate says, "Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, Marv." It is. Yeah, I mean, because I know Marv talks about film, not as much as, of course, us about filmmaking, but it's like at the very least you can appreciate the filmmaking. I mean, it's one of the finest comedies in that regard alone.
Well, I'm glad you said that because, all right, so if you ask one thing I didn't like about it, you said it's a comedy. I can't tell. This wasn't funny at all.
You didn't think anything was funny about the film?
Anything in the slightest, in the slightest, in the slightest. That's why I asked you, like, why do you love this movie? Because I was like, this is supposed to be a comedy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Mark, the whole the situations alone are hilarious. Like the guy,
the opening scene alone with the bathroom.
Yeah, like this guy is, I don't know, maybe you'll have to rewatch because I mean, Sergey and I both said we didn't love it on first viewing, but that's how some films are. But I feel like we both at least appreciated some things. But
the fact that the people breaking into his house went through all that effort and it went through all of that.
He was a millionaire.
That he's not a millionaire. That's hilarious in itself.
Do you see? Yeah, he's like, do you see the seats up? Do I look like I'm married? Is there? And then he's like, yeah, this guy's a loser. Like it's hilarious. And then you cut to the bowling alley, and he's explaining this, and Walter all he's doing is explaining about how it's like Nam. He's not even like addressing like that to Nam. He's like, yeah, it's like Nam, something. And then Donnie's trying to get some frame of reference, and he's just keeps getting told like to shut up. Like it's hilarious.
I think everything that you're explaining is why I probably didn't like it, because I didn't think any of that was funny. None of that. I thought that, like, the whole thing, like, do this and do that was annoying. That was just really annoying to me.
Do that, or you say do that?
No, how he used to say do this and do that. Like, he just said, dude.
You know how many times I alone say dude?
You like dude, where's my car?
Yeah, hey, dude is such a common phrase, like especially during that time frame.
It was overused. I thought that was overused. I thought that was just weird.
That was his name.
Nah.
Yeah, that's how he was addressed. It's like if we were to say YOLO is overused. That's how you want it to be addressed.
But you don't say that every 30 seconds. You don't say it every 2 minutes. You barely say that.
I mean, if you look at our messages, like you call me broski and I call you broski all the time. It's literally
I don't call you broski every 48 seconds. I do not. And if that's something that you do,
I call you broski every 45 seconds.
That is retarded. Please stop doing that. That's not
I
a
do it. You can
thing.
literally check in the messages, especially if there's like a.
If you do it, stop it. That doesn't even make sense.
My
That's
point
like
is, you
me
don't even
saying
notice it.
Chad. If I'm like saying Chad every 33 seconds, Chad,
I
Chad.
mean, I say people's names every 33 seconds. So if the dude wants to be called dude, it makes sense why everyone's calling him the dude.
I didn't. Never mind. Listen, man. Like I said, I don't have anything negative to say about it. If I had to dig in, I would say this movie isn't funny at all. And to hear you try to say that it's funny is like making me look at the world upside down. But you know, I'm glad you boys loved it though.
I think most people do.
Yeah, most.
Everybody here
I
in the
mean,
chat probably does.
it has an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb from over 900,000 people. It's in IMDb's top 223, and it's a film that, again, it has a cult classic status. There are a lot of people I went to high school with that wouldn't consider them movie buffs, just casual moviegoers that watch it. It's one of those films where I know you're 420 friendly, Marv. It's a film that in that community, it is very highly regarded, especially on 420. It's considered one of the best stoner comedies like that, and like Dazed and Confused are up there.
But it's not
And
funny.
well, that's subjective. I mean, I would say you're the first person I've talked to that hasn't thought The Big Lebowski is funny. I'll be honest. I've spoken to some people that said like it didn't hit as hard, but I've never heard someone say, "Oh, there wasn't a single moment I laughed at." Like,
I don't know
even
anybody who's
18-year-old
seen
Chad laughed.
this. I don't know anybody who's seen this.
Well, that's kind of sad, Marv.
It's not sad. This movie's not funny at all.
But why?
You know what movie's better than? You know what movie's better than this?
Best Man.
Superman.
Oh,
Superman.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
yeah. Best Man's way better than this. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Superman is better than this movie. You know that, and you know I don't like Superman.
Nah.
No, Mark. I'll hear you out. You just need to back up your opinion. All I'm hearing is it's not funny. Give me an example.
I said it's not funny. What do you else want me to say?
Break it down. Why don't you think it's funny?
I didn't laugh.
But why? I'm sure you could at least tell that there were certain moments that were clearly trying to emulate comedy.
I mean, like when they put the
hamster
in the bathtub.
Every time he tried to laugh.
Like when they put the hamster in the bathtub, that wasn't funny. Was that supposed to be funny?
Marmot.
Did that make you laugh?
It's a marmot. Yeah.
It's marmot.
I think it's funny because it's like the dude. Because think about it. Again, if we're talking filmmaking, the mise en scene, you have the dude. He's just trying to enjoy himself. He's just trying to, smoke a dude. He's just really chilling. And all of a sudden, they just come in and they and just throw him in. He's like, Maud Lebowski talking about feminism is, I think, hilarious, and how she's like talking about like
she said something about how her the line delivery. Is that what you're talking about? That was funny to you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, first of all, Juliana Moore is a national treasure. I think she gives a great performance, especially since I know neither of you have seen Boogie Nights, but the year before she gives such a different performance. And again, it's just testament to her range as an actress. But again, even if you don't, for some reason, find this film funny, the great thing is the story is at least something that's constantly leaving you guess with what's going to happen. And again, the Coen brothers really did a good job directing it in that way, because there's no way you could have known what would have happened like at the end of this film.
You know what this movie reminded me of, honestly?
What?
Because I think didn't one of the brothers make Honey Don't?
Oh yes, yeah.
In a weird way, this kind of reminded me of that movie, plot wise. So I would say that I saw some fragments of that movie in here, and I love that movie.
Let me guess. Maybe I should change the thumbnail. You're going to say Honey Don't is better than this film.
It is.
That's way better. That is a load of.
It is. It is.
Honey Don't is
Honey Don't is the movie that you.
Well, I'll have to see it.
Look, Sergey, I liked Honey Don't. I'm in the minority with that movie, but That movie is not even close. Like that's a light 3 out of 5.
If you watch Honey Don't, right, you'll be able to see like, so mind you, she's not the dude per se, but the story around her is kind of like this movie. And when you watch, you'll be like, oh, so you can see how like I guess I don't want to say story DNA, but the I guess the writing DNA is there.
So
Like
you're saying The Big Lebowski is good because of that?
I'm saying that there is some good elements. I didn't say it's not a
It
bad movie. I
influenced
just
the
personally
movie?
don't like it.
What would you give it out of
So
5, Marv?
I would think like 2 because I don't think it's bad. I just don't think
I
that
mean, 2
it's
is pretty
Let
bad.
me get this straight. If we're gonna play the completely different movie game comparing, you gave The Running Man a higher rating than The Big Lebowski.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
not even watching them then.
I actually wasn't. I was entertained watching that movie.
You weren't entertained by Peter Stromar running with a bunch of oversized scissors in a dream sequence?
No. I actually almost drifted off on that scene.
Oh my goodness!
I'm being
Marv,
That was a
serious.
hilarious scene.
That's why I'm not lying when I say I watched it wondering why you two love it so
Or the
much. I
scene where
wasn't kidding.
Walter freaks out over what's his face going over the line like Margaret has a 0, Margaret has an 8. Like, come on
Dude,
now.
all the John Goodman scenes, they're
John
fantastic.
Goodman is fantastic in this.
When
Like,
he's destroying that car, it's just like one of my favorite scenes in the
like
entire
that too. That scene alone is
He
hilarious
just
too.
runs
Like,
to the
I
other
thought
car.
that
wrong
he was a
part.
bad friend. That's
I,
just it.
I
He was a
mean,
bad
We're not
friend.
judging them as
yeah, but
characters. Like people
and
like this.
for the record, if you two outlive me, I've already told Nicolette this, and now all of you guys know this. I've said that the way that we're not spoiler territory, but the way the one character dies in regards to like how they throw his ashes, that's how I want to die. So you better get ready, Mark, to have ash in your face.
I'm glad he's the one with the ash on his face.
So
Oh
you
my
better you
God.
both better hope that you outlive me. I mean, don't outlive me.
You're gonna be in a bowl of what is it? Coffee bowl.
Coffee bowl, and then I want you guys to go to a mountaintop on a windy day. I'm going to specify that too, a windy day, and I want you guys to have a speech. Honestly,
About
that
Vietnam.
when Walter was given that speech, it reminded me of like what Marv would do. Like if I died, he'd be like, "Yeah, he lived a life for movies, and he was courageous, and it was like Nam."
It was like Nam. It was like Nam and Apocalypse Now.
It's like that movie Apocalypse Now that we saw together.
Oh,
He just throws in and goes right in. Also, Bootzilla. I love Bootzilla. Just came in. Don't tell Marv didn't like Lebowski. Yes. And Bootzilla, full disclosure, I called it in advance. That's why I said Bowles is split with the boys, because I'm like, I know Sergey likes it. He's seen it several times. I've seen it several times, but I'm like I think Marv's gonna teeter it out, which I think I was right because I gave it a 5 out of 5. I think Sergey, you have it as a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Yeah.
And then Marv has it as a 2. So 2, 6, 16. So 16 out of 30. That's not good. Let me actually do the math real quick. I should be able to do it off the top of my head. So yeah, that's a 53%. So split technically could be a 5. So there we go. How do I know more?
We went from a
Let's-
super like intellectual movie to like a bunch of stoner and idiot characters, and it didn't work either.
And
I don't know what characters you want to follow.
and I gotta ask before Bootzell, I'll get to your comment in a moment. I gotta ask, Marv, did you 420 while watching this movie?
So, in a weird turn of events, I actually had something yesterday, and I still felt it today. So
no.
I guess that answers your question.
So no.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I didn't mean for it to be like that.
Yeah, but if you did it yesterday,
I
you watched
still
it
feel
today,
I still feel is what I'm telling you.
would you take 4,000 milligrams?
No, but I always tell you that mine are stronger than yours. For example, I
I've
was
never
at.
heard of a 24-hour edible, but
I've offered to give you mine. You always tell me no.
Marv, I'm
If
not
you
going
want
to
to
take a
stick it,
4,000 milligram. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to die.
I didn't say it was 4,000. But if you ever wanted to try me, I'll let you have one. I offered them to you. You said no.
It's
Because I
the
don't
one
want
that
to be
makes
high.
you
I don't want
hate.
to be high for 24 hours.
It's the one that
I'll
makes
put
you
it to you
hate the
this
Big
way.
Lebowski.
So I didn't. I don't hate it. I'm indifferent towards it. It's a difference. I don't
Hmm.
think anything of it. Right. I don't
So I
like
will
it. I
say
don't dislike it.
one of the nice things about this film is whether you watch it sober or high, whether you method view it, I should say, which Marv, I'm just gonna say I don't consider that method viewing because that was 24 hours ago. I don't consider that. But I know Sergey watched it sober. The most recent viewing, I did watch it high, and I loved it when I'm sober watching it. But watching it this time high, it was definitely one of those things where like the surreal dream sequences, it was even more like heightened, and I found it even more hilarious. Like there were several moments where I was just like dying of laughter. Um, I just anytime Philip Seymour Hoffman, I don't think people talk about him enough in this film, but he is just hilarious. Like
I think
he's
because
such a great character actor.
I don't think people realized that was him. I didn't.
Really?
I had to actually like what is it called? Like pause it. I had to pause it on this because I didn't realize that was him.
Ironically, I mentioned Juliana Moore in Boogie Nights. Philip Seymour Hoffman was also in Boogie Nights, and very different role. Again, two of my favorite actors are Philip Seymour Hoffman. All right, back to Bootzilla. Bootzilla said, in fairness, when I saw Lebowski in theaters, I didn't very much either. It didn't catch on with a lot of people on first watch. It took video and cable repeat viewings for people to come around. Yes, which I actually did want to tackle the history about it, and catapulting off what Bootzilla said. This was definitely an example of a film where it didn't really do well at the box office. In fact, I think it bombs. Like it was a $15 million budget according to IMDb. And actually, it wasn't. My apologies. It did not fail. It actually grossed 19.4 million in the United States and worldwide 48 million. So a moderate hit, but it was definitely a film that over the years in the early 2000s and by I would say the mid 2000s was when people really started catching on. And then by the time I watched it in 2014, it was looked at as just a bona fide cult classic, one that many people had seen, and then to this day, people are still, coming across. So, Bootzilla, I am jealous. I wish that I had gotten to see it in theaters. I do think that if at some point it were to come back in theaters, I probably would want to check that out on the big screen, maybe Dolby. Bootzilla also said didn't like it very much. Is what he meant. Also, Can't Articulate says that ash scene was hilarious. Absolutely agree. Sorry, what would you say is your favorite scene in the movie?
I guess when they're visiting the kid and the whole car sequence, I find that extremely hilarious. Or when he loses it in the diner.
Oh yeah. You want a hand? I can get your hand. Get your hand pie. What was it? 3 o'clock. It's just so. I love when he finally freaks out. He's like, not everything is related to mom. So anytime for me, it's very hard to pinpoint like an exact scene, but anytime Donnie, Walter, and the dude are together are easily my favorite scenes. Although I do love when Lebowski is alone as well. Like I think one of the scenes that's really underrated is when he's talking to Jeffrey Lebowski and asking for like a new rug, and then he's like explaining about handouts and everything. He goes on like this long rant about how people just don't want to work nowadays, and then yeah, he's just like, yeah, that's great. He's like, yeah, that's what you guys say. Get a job.
He's like, yeah, he said I could take a rug.
Yeah, I love that scene. Like I'm like, that is utterly hilarious. And then he actually gets the rug and he has a whole new rug. And then instead of explaining that to his friends, he's like, 10 grand, man, and I got a new rug. And then they're just like all happy. It's just like, or even the opening scene, like the tumbleweed in the beginning, which is what I was trying to get. I was trying to get Marv to say that because in a lot of ways, I feel like that's a prelude to what's essentially a
Western.
Stoner comedy, yeah, and Western. It does have Western elements. I don't even think it's just the fact that Shannon Shepard has a cowboy hat. I think it also has to do just with the characters, the fact that there's a standoff at the end,
Yeah.
little things like that. I
I
really
thought that was just hilarious. The tumbleweed is just like, all right, it's rolling through, but then by the time that tumbleweed ends up at the beach, I'm like, well, this is just hilarious.
it's continuing onwards. Yeah, I mean, it's I think in terms of not just visual storytelling, but visual comedy, it says kids say these days peak. Also, with that opening scene, I love how he's in the supermarket and he's like sniffing the milk and he writes out a check for I think it was like under $1.
Yeah,
And the cashier's just like looking like it's like this guy's
Chad, you know what movie's better than this movie?
Oh gosh. Am I ready for this?
Yeah, you are. You ready?
What?
Roadhouse.
The new one?
Yeah.
Nah, that movie's trash.
I'm just gonna say, Marv, I really do hope Jeff watches this live stream specifically for that comment because him and I saw the new one together and we both hated it with a passion.
You might get Roadhouse kicked.
Yeah, seriously. You know jujitsu too.
That is much more fun.
I did not have fun watching that.
I didn't.
I hated that movie.
I loved you, Sergey.
I watched the movie 3 times in a weekend.
I'd rather watch the '80s one, and I don't even the '80s one is not as good as Lebowski.
Dude, that's the thing. We watched the remake, and then we decided to rewatch the original. And rewatching the original, I actually appreciate it more because of the remake. Because, as I told Marv several times before, the main issue with the remake is that it shoots itself in the foot with the whole premise. The whole premise is that he is needed at this place. And when you see it, it's all clean and everything. Everything's like glistening. It's got that, digital cinematography that looks like a commercial. In the original, you cut to the roadhouse like when he gets there, and it is utter chaos. People are getting hit with bottles. There are fights breaking out. And it's like, he is needed here. We get it. Boom. And the rest of the movie backs that up. So, again,
I have no memory of that movie other than a really terrible boxing match, I think.
With
CGI. And then what's his name? The mixed martial artist is in it for some reason.
Yeah, and then the third act turns into like a Fast and Furious movie.
That movie.
It's bad. It's really bad. I was genuinely shocked at how bad it was. Because I mean, I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan, but anyways, I don't know why we're talking about Roadhouse.
I enjoyed just for his performance, but here he wasn't even that good.
Yeah, and I mean, the second one isn't going well in terms of production. From what I understand, Guy Ritchie dropped out. So,
good.
What? That's sad.
Love Guy Ritchie, so I'm glad he's staying away from that. Also, Bootzilla says, yes, the car scene is awesome. Yeah, I think it's just funny the fact that they got this piece of homework and then it leads to this house. And then instead of admitting defeat when they see that the person is literally in critical condition, instead of that, they're like, yeah, let's interview the kid. And it's like the kid just giving like a stone face.
Larry, you're killing your father.
That's great.
I'm trying to
And
think.
then the neighbor comes out and he just like starts destroying their.
Let me do it to your car, and then the dude's like, "No, that's my car," and he's still doing it. Oh, and then it cuts to them getting food, like driving with, all the damage, and they're eating food. And dude is like not happy, like not chill, which is understandable. His car got destroyed. Can't particularly says the scraper scene with the cop is my favorite. So yeah, he that's actually a great scene too. That's the thing. There's so many great scenes, and one of the things I love about the comment section, and just I should say the two of us, because Marv hasn't explained what his favorite scene is yet.
I don't have one. I don't have a favorite scene.
There wasn't a single scene where you were like, "Oh yeah, I at least like the filmmaking."
Oh yeah, this movie ended. I like that.
As a matter of fact, I will say one thing. I'll give you a bone. The scene where they dumped his ashes, that is a well shot scene. It looked like it was shot on Vista Vision. That's a positive.
Marv, the whole film was shot beautifully. What are you talking about? I mean, that scene is very well shot as well, but
I
think
you
the
asked for a
beats-
bone, I gave you one. Jesus, dude.
You didn't think the whole film was well shot?
It's not that I thought it was. I didn't think it was badly shot, but that scene that caught my attention. Does that give you anything?
I mean, I think personally, yeah. I mean, I think the scene is I think that scene is incredibly well shot. But
Yeah. So me and you on the same page then.
yeah, but give credit to the whole film in terms of
I
being
didn't,
well shot.
mind you, I didn't say it was badly, it was incompetently shot or anything. I just said that scene caught my attention, and you agreed that scene was really good. So we're on the same page.
I'm gonna pull up a shot from the film. Now, keep in mind for those that are watching, this is of course not a representation of the 4K physical media quality. This is, I think it's like 1080p. It's from IMDb, but let me pull
What
up.
are we comparing it to?
I just want to show the audiences and be like, this is the film that Marv thinks has like kind of cinematography. This scene, this shot. Look at the lighting. Look at the uses of shadows, the framing. Like, look at Walter in that shot. I mean, that scene alone has so much like character. These two, they're always bickering. And Donnie's always in the background, and this is right before a pivotal scene. And he's right before that scene. There's great foreshadowing, which I think we might have talked before, Sergey, about. But he bowled an 8, which previously was established that he doesn't, but he did that, and he was like moving his hand, and without spoiling anything, that's a sign of what ends up happening to him. So again, it's brilliant storytelling in that regards, but look at the colors as well. Like, just look at how well reformed all that is. I mean, again, Roger Deakins is great, and you don't see too many comedies shot like this, in my opinion, especially now that everything's shot digitally pretty much. What are your thoughts on this shot, Sergey?
I think there are better shots, but it's a good shot.
Which I mean, yeah, let's see. That's a pretty funny shot. Or even that. Like, this is something that I watched a video recently, and it tackled something that I was thinking about recently too. And a lot of films use shallow depth of field, which I can understand why, but it's nice to see like the Coen brothers, specifically with this film. They have it where you can actually see the background. Everything feels like it's, a living, breathing environment, thanks to, of course, the production design with, shooting and everything, but also the shot choices and like the composition. And even like this scene, like it says a lot about the dynamic between these two. Lebowski's trying to get a point across, and Walter is doing other things. He's not really 100% listening. So again, I could personally, scene by scene, break this film down, and that's again me. If I were to somehow not like this film in terms of the comedy, I could still look at that and say, like, wow, the filmmaking is outstanding. Because that's how it is with there are certain comedies where I might not laugh, but I can at least sit back and say, wow, the filmmaking here is like top notch. So that was at the very least what I wanted Marv to say. Couldn't even give me that.
Marv is out for the count.
He's out for the count. Don't worry, we have, what's that football movie?
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. I'm just gonna give one-word answers for that movie. It's a movie.
Hey, this is a great comedy.
I already expect that, so I mean,
Marv, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give it a proper shot.
Save that for Signs. Somehow somehow Unbreakable and Sixth Sense is not on here, but that movie is.
I'm with you. We're talking about bones. Marv mentioned bones. That's a bone.
A large bone.
That's like a bone as huge as the earth. Somehow that movie made it, but Unbreakable and Sixth Sense didn't. We'll definitely talk about.
I mean, I own it on Blu-ray, but still.
I mean, Signs is the movie that made Chris Stuckman want to be a filmmaker and a movie critic.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him. What about you?
I love that movie. I agree with him. That movie is a masterpiece.
We'll get to when we get to the S's. We'll talk about signs. Bujilla said, "I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in." Bujilla says, "Chad, thanks for the like. Once One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Hadn't seen that movie in a long time, and the 4K restoration is awesome." Bujilla, of course. I'm always jealous when I see your reviews because you're reviewing 4K physical media copies that I either haven't seen or I haven't gotten the opportunity to see just yet because they've either not come to North America yet or I just haven't bought them yet. In the case of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that's probably going to be one I'll get around Christmas time. That and Amadeus are the two 4Ks that I want to get, but I am very happy to hear that because that is one of my favorite films of all time. I am actually going to check our list right now. That better be on there. Let me see. Okay. It looks like it is. Thank God. Whew. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, it is. Godzilla also saw Roofman. I really liked it. I didn't see a review on Letterboxd yet, so I assume you haven't seen it yet. Sergey, have you seen it? Marv?
No, I think I was debating whether to see the Tron movie or Roofman, and I chose Tron. It's probably the bad decision there.
It was.
If I had to choose,
I wanted to experience it in 3D, and that's why I was like, that's the only thing that pushed me to go see it.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, of the two, Roofman's a lot better. Bootzilla, I did see Roofman. I reviewed it too. I liked Roofman quite a bit. I don't think it's a perfect film, but I do really appreciate it, and I do think that it has a heart, and it's a very intriguing film. It's like a mainstream Place Beyond the Pines, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's in a very Place Beyond the Pines I find to be very entertaining, but I know some people think it teeters off in the second half.
Well,
But I feel like Roofman's pretty consistent for most people, and the audience I saw it with, they seemed to really enjoy it. It was a lot of like older people, but it didn't do well at the box office, unfortunately. So Roofman and Big Lebowski have that in common. What else was I going to say? Oh, Big Lebowski is also a film that, when it comes to the Coen brothers, what's very interesting is I want to talk a little bit about the history of Big Lebowski. So this is a film that came out 2 years after Fargo, which I know Marv hasn't seen. I know, Sergey, you're not a fan of, but when that film came out, it was a huge success. Audiences loved it. Critics loved it. It got 2 Oscar wins. And it was a film that like really, really put them on the map. I mean, their debut film, of course, was a hit and everything, but it was one of those instances where each of their films really got more and more strengthened. So if you think about it, contextually speaking, going from Fargo to Big Lebowski seems so different. Yet at the same time, if you've seen all of their films, it's very actually similar because both films are crime films. Both films focus on characters that you really don't see too often, but we see in everyday life. And when I said the previous statement, I meant we don't really see too often in films. So that aspect I think is really interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Sergey?
Yeah, there's always some kind of weird characters that we're following in all of their movies. So that was always they either work for you or don't. I don't think they worked for me in Fargo, but their debut film, it worked for me. In this film, it worked. Usually, like comedies are a bit of a hard sell from the Coen brothers. Then the dramas are always what draw me in. But their style is always, at least in their comedies, very like obvious. I guess some of the comedy elements do transfer over to their dramas, but it's not as like prevalent as their comedies. Like it's more toned down, I think.
Yeah, I mean, something like No Country for Old Men, most people would be like, wait, that's totally different from something like Lebowski. But
I was thinking True Grit, but
oh yeah, I mean True Grit too. But that's the thing. Like if you look at their late 2000s, early 2010s run, it's very interesting because something like No Country for Old Men, something like True Grit, they're dark films, but they also have some really, really dark comedy moments. I mean, like Anton Sugar, like the scene where he's like, hold still. And, he like shoots the guy. Like, that's something that's like, it's shocking, but it's also like, my goodness, like, why would the guy stand still? Something like True Grit. I mean, the one scene where, ironically enough, Jeff Bridges is like talking about burying the bodies, and Maddie's like, "Oh, we gotta bury the bodies." He's like, if they wanted a decent burial, they should have gotten killed in like the spring." Like, that's something that it's dark, but it is subjectively funny. And that's the thing, like something like True Grit, I've always found funny, but I also do think that the more intense moments really do hit, and I think they do have a good grasp on like balancing out the two. And I've seen all of their work, and I will say that it is sad that they had their breakup, if you will. They recently have done their own thing, and it's very intriguing though to see how the one brother, let me actually look this up so I don't butcher it, because Joel and Ethan are two directors that, again, when I think of them, I think of them together. I think it's Joel Cohen is the one that directed Tragic Macbeth, or I might have that mixed up. Let me see.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I think Ethan Cohen wrote Honey Don't, which is the movie that everybody watching this should go watch.
Let's see. Okay. All right. So I had that right. So it looks like Joel Cohen is the one that directed the tragedy of Macbeth. So it seems like he is the one that's more into the surreal elements. Like, if I were to sit down with them, not that I ever would, I would assume that he's the one that came up with like some of the dream sequences in The Big Lebowski. Versus Ethan Cohen, I feel like because he's the one that did Honey Don't and Drive Away Dolls, he's more interested in the comedy crime elements. And I think Joel Cohen is more interested in the surrealism, the really, really sharp cinematography that evokes genres of yesteryear, such as like westerns, or in the case of Tragedy of Macbeth, Ingmar Bergman films, I would say. So it's just very interesting. It's like the Safdie brothers. If you think about it, they recently had a breakup as well. And although we haven't seen Marty Supreme, I'm assuming it's going to be a lot different from the Smashing Machine. Like the Smashing Machine, that's a film that it's very much so interested in the characters. And I'm going on a limb here, but I think that Marty Supreme's more about the intensity, the the anxiety-inducing nature of the thriller genre. But I guess we'll find out pretty soon. But I don't know. I just wanted to mention that because I think it's fascinating when directors break up, and in terms of this film, they're at the height of their career.
I mean, it's almost inevitable that it happens.
Yeah, because it's two people, so they're
Yeah, I mean, didn't the Wachowskis do that same?
Yes. Yep. You're correct. The Wachowskis, they broke, I think, Cloud Atlas. I believe that was their last. Oh, no. I think they did Jupiter Ascending. My bad. They did Jupiter Ascending, and then after that, they broke up in terms of their directing duties. So you're right. It happens, but it's one of those things where when they do their own thing, it's just interesting to see.
And it's like even the pairing of what is it, Scorsese and his writer. What's his?
Paul Schrader. Yeah,
Paul Schrader as a director. I mean, he's very hit or miss, at least for me.
He's definitely more interested in the and again, with what I'm about to say, it's not to say Scorsese doesn't care about it. I think he definitely does, but I feel like Paul Schrader is more interested in the morally gray themes of just life in general, versus Scorsese's more interested in the filmmaking per se. Like Paul Schrader's films, I will say, as much as I love Mishima and First Reformed, I think that if Scorsese had directed them, they probably would have been better. And I'm saying that as someone that loves both films. Like First Reformed is one of my all-time favorite films, and same with Mishima. But I do think you can definitely tell the difference between them, especially with Scorsese later on.
Okay.
But what do you have to say, Marv? You've been really quiet lately.
I had to leave the room. Not your dad. Where's the light? Hold
Also,
on.
Godzilla says, I gave you a like for Roof Man, so I don't know why I thought you didn't see it. My bad. No worries, man. It might have been when you liked it. It might have been when I was. There might have been like other likes as well, so I might have just missed it. So
Yeah, I'll make sure to watch it before the year is up.
I think you'll like it. I don't know if it will make your top 10, but I think at the very least it'll be a solid watch for you.
Yeah, I mean the last, I guess, comedy with Channing Tatum I really liked. It was the NASCAR heist movie.
Oh,
with Soderbergh.
Logan Lucky.
Yeah,
I like Logan Lucky. That one. It's interesting because I still remember when that came out. I was like, oh, it's Steven Soderbergh's return to film, and then he was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to make that much, and he's made a lot of films since then. So it's kind of interesting to see how much they can change. So, but yeah, Marv, you're bringing us down. Bringing us down. Marv, what was your least favorite scene? I'm pulling teeth here,
Least
but I'm trying to get something out of you.
Least favorite.
Because Sergey and I have been talking a lot.
Least favorite, I guess, when John Goodman yelled at Steve Buscemi in about, I guess,
How many
probably the
times?
first act.
There
When
were
he
so many
said,
times that happened, though.
say it again?
That happened so many times, though. They always yell at Donnie.
yeah, he's out of his
Like
element.
in the first act when he was talking about that, whatever the Jewish term was, uh, something shostis, and he keep yelling at it. He said, I'm not doing anything. And then he yelled at him. He said, I don't know what it was. You would know it better than I would. He said,
He's yelling at him because it's the Jewish day of rest.
Oh, Shabbos.
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't like that because I just thought that, like, why are you being mean to this dude for? What are you being mean to him for? And
He's
then
still practicing this thing, even though he broke up with his wife. And
Yeah.
so
Walter,
even in an emergency, he's still like, "Why are you calling me? I'm on Shabbos."
and he drove on the Shabbos too. No, I mean that's one of the things that I personally love about the film is that even if you don't find it funny, like you can really break down that scene as well. Like you can see Walter as a character that he is broken. As Sergey mentioned, he's someone that recently, is no longer with his wife. He is someone that doesn't really have much to live for. Like I feel like Vietnam was his life for a while, which is one of the reasons why he talks about it a lot. And he's just bowling. And to be honest with you, we really don't know how good of a bowler he is. We really don't see him.
No.
We know Donnie's a great bowler. We know he's fantastic. And that's like part of the character. I feel like the dude is just there to just like chill, relax, hang out with some buds. But Walter, we don't know his quality. So
Well, he carries a gun, so probably wins every game.
that's how he wins. He's like, give me a striker now.
I like the establishment doesn't care about any of this.
By the way, Anthony A. Perez is in the chat. Anthony, good to hear from you, man. He says, what's up, y'all? Just popping in real quick while driving home from Wicked for Good. Hope y'all have been having a good stream. Love this movie y'all are discussing. Love it, Anthony.
Hopefully, Wicked Good is good.
I was going to say, Anthony, I know somebody that saw it last night. They said it was better than the first.
That I mean, you can tell by the trailer, so I'm not surprised.
I feel like the trailers alone are better than the first. Plus, it's not 2 hours and 40 minutes. Let us know, Anthony. I'm very curious. I'm not sure just yet when I'm going to see it, but I probably will be seeing it in theaters. Keeping an open mind. Again, I actually was ironically looking through John M. Chu's filmography because I was like, oh, maybe I'll rank his work. And I'm over halfway done his work. And I'm like, man, the movies I have left of his, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I have Step Up 2 and Step Up 3, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let me see. Oh, the Now You See Me movies?
I did see the second one. It's so forgettable. I ironically, when that movie ended, I was like, oh, that explains a lot. When I saw John M. Chu, I was like, that explains a lot.
No, he did the In the Heights movie. That was solid.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I think the better one's called West
Better
Side.
than what? No, I actually like it the other way around.
No, West
No,
Side Story. West
screw
Side
West Side
Story
Story.
is so
Nah.
much better.
No, that romance is not developed in West Side Story at all.
Oh, I mean that I would disagree with, especially on rewatches. But filmmaking wise, in the Heights, his filmmaking is like.
It's a much more entertaining movie.
I mean that's subjective, but filmmaking wise, it's so much better. Like Spielberg shooting on 35mm there.
Is it how like I like Honey Don't, but don't like this?
Yes, I would say so. Because in the Heights was one that it had a lot of studios were. I mean, not studios. Warner Brothers was pushing it, but people didn't really want to see it. And then West Side Story was a film that it had a little bit better success, but I mean, both were technically box office bombs. But to be fair, they both came out during the pandemic. So one got a load of Oscar attention, and the other got, I don't think anything. But I just remember in the Heights when I was watching, I just remember thinking that there were some moments that I liked, but overall I was like, eh. But I will always remember it because that was the first Cinema Score film. Like I actually was able to fill out the Cinema Score sheet, so I always remember it for that. Anthony says, I liked the first one more than this one, truthfully. Oh, no. But I still really liked it. Mind you, I've seen the play and have always felt the first part of the story is better than the second half and has better songs. Oh, wow. How is the filmmaking in this one? Because I think we've spoken before. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the cinematography and the visual effects in the first one. So let me know. I'm curious if both elements are better here.
Well, I keep hearing that the movie was made for Dolby Vision. So let's see all these colors.
So that's one. So sorry, that's actually one of the reasons why I knew I wasn't tripping when I saw Wicked in theaters, because I saw it in Dolby. So I'm like, this is how it's going to look on physical media. It's the way that the filmmaker intended. And I was just beside myself. I'm like, this really does not look good. And it was like one of those things where I was sitting back and I was analyzing the filmmaking in terms of like why it wasn't working. And I'm like, I don't like this. I like being able to sit back and appreciate the filmmaking. I don't want to have to like, really just sit back and say, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I just think really like the lighting, the contrast, even just the shadows. I mean, there's just so many issues. But again, that also stems from the visual effects. I just think that, yes, they created rose. I mean, I think it was tulips. But at the same time, I remember the second time I watched it, it was one of those things where you kind of tell where it stopped and where the continuation of the CGI, what's it called, tulips, were added, and just even some of the camera. Again, there's just I could do a scene by scene analysis of what's wrong with that film. It's wild.
I feel like I like the second one because it's jumping right into the story. It's not doing this setup. It's like I'm not interested in just like seeing this world. I'd rather just get into the story. Like everything just seems like a knockoff of Harry Potter or some other magical place that we've kind of like been in. Like I don't need that introduction.
I would say, see, that's a huge compliment. I would say it's more of a knockoff of, you ready for this? Fantastic Beasts. I kid you, that movie I saw. I felt like I was watching Fantastic Beasts. I was like, did I accidentally go to a re-release of Fantastic Beasts 2 or 3?
Fantastic Beasts looks better.
Ooh, that would be a really good poll question, actually. Fantastic Beasts 1 to 3, guys. Which looks better? Those 3 movies? Any one of them?
Well, I would say the first one looks better. I don't know about the other 2. I don't remember them.
I remember we saw the third one in theaters. And I think that was when we realized that we made a mistake.
We saw that in theaters?
Exactly. We did.
Oh, gosh.
And see, that was an instance where I remember afterwards, we both, I think we gave it the same rating, but we also just were like,
guess Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah, which I mean, I would have been okay with that because I feel like it was kind of heavily implied, but just the way they went about it, it was like, okay. But
it's like the Star Wars franchise. They just don't know what they're doing. They just jump ship and start some other story. Mid, like, trilogy.
By the way, Anthony says, based on your take on the first one, I think you'll feel similar to the filmmaking. Oh no. Meanwhile, I like the filmmaking from the first one. This one feels similar in style.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm honestly glad that he's saying this though, so that way I can temper my expectations. Because I was expecting more like green and pink in terms of like the
I
colors.
mean,
And
I
not
hope
like that.
Ariana Grande is less in this, but probably not.
Oh no, she's gonna be at the forefront.
Oh gosh.
She's gonna be at the forefront because this, from what I understand, this is mostly from her viewpoint.
Ugh.
So I like Ariana Grande, so I'm cool with that. But we shall see how it goes. Oh, Anthony does say, but there is some noticeable moments of green screen, which I did feel the same with the original. Oh, no, I shouldn't say the original Wicked. So we'll see. Also, Anthony says Ariana is a bigger focus. Yeah, that's what I figured, which I don't mind. Anthony, do you think she'll get an Oscar nomination?
She's not winning, that's for sure.
There's actually a pretty big shot that she'll win.
No.
She is someone that a lot of people like.
They said that about Lady Gaga last year.
When did they say that about Lady Gaga?
Oh, the Joker too.
No, they didn't.
People were praising her performance.
I'll be honest, I never heard that one.
Or her previous film with what is his name? The singing movie, the other one. The one
you're talking about Star Is Born?
Yeah, she didn't win anything for that, right?
Oh, that was 7 years ago. No, she did win some awards for that. She didn't win the Oscar, but she's definitely in the running. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I know right now I can do a quick look through of some of the predictions. I know Tiana Taylor is probably going to get nominated, which I think she deserves.
Yeah.
We also have right now. It looks like they're predicting. Actually, 2. It looks like right now I'm seeing Variety is predicting Tiana Taylor for One Battle for Another, as well as Regina Hall, and then Ariana Grande is number 1 that they're ranking for Wicked for Good. Ella Fanning is for Sentimental Value, and then Emily Watson for Hamnet. Now, again, this is subject to change because we're only in November, but
Emma Stone did not get nominated, right?
Yeah. You said Emma Stone?
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to get nominated this year now. But, I mean, it's going to be an interesting Oscar race regardless, I feel like, for that category, because another person that I've heard talk about is Gwyneth Paltrow for Marty Supreme. Some people that have seen it have said that she's really, really good. So we will see. Again, it's too early to tell. But if Wicked for Good is as big of a hit as it is, that means a lot of voters are going to have seen it, and there's a pretty big opportunity that if they're not going to reward it in terms of picture or director, they'll award it for below the lines and then potentially for her performance. But we'll see. Anthony Perez, I don't think so, honestly, but I do think her and Cynthia were great. Oh, okay. That is interesting.
I think Cynthia outshines her, and even in the first one. I don't know. I can't judge the second one yet, but I don't know. Is Cynthia billed as a lead?
So I believe she was considered a lead with the first one, and then Ariana Grande is considered a supporting actress for the first one. I think it might be flip-flopped this time around. We'll see, though. I thought they were both great in the first one, and that's coming from someone that wasn't a fan of the first. I thought they were both great. Like, they have a really good rapport, but we'll see. And they're both talented. Godzilla, she won Golden Globe for Star Is Born because I remember she walked past Leo towards the stage and he was freaked out. Oh, yeah, you are right. Yeah, I think that was the Golden Globe for Best Actress for a Musical or Comedy, I believe.
Okay.
That's a great movie.
Star Is Born?
I love that movie.
Like it. I don't love it, but I do like it enough.
Have you seen all the other ones? The remake or the original?
No, I just saw that one. And I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I have the original on my Vudu, but I still haven't seen it. I got it free with a couple other movies. I forget what movie it was I bought, but it gave me some options to choose from for free movies, and I was like, oh, Star Wars Born, the original. I'll watch it eventually. And here we are 7 years later. I still haven't watched it. But Anthony says, I'd say they share pretty equal screen time, but the latter half focuses more on Ariana, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going in with an open mind, but I'll be honest. It's one of those things where the theaters I know are going to be really, really packed. I mean, like tomorrow I was looking at showtimes, and it's like there's so many showings that are pretty much sold out. So I'm just like all right.
Yeah, I'll probably see it next week.
I probably should see it on my birthday.
You should, Marv. Let us know how it is.
So you're gonna see it in Texas?
No, I think I'll see it on Thursday. My actual birthday on Thursday.
Let's go. Happy belated. Well, actually, no. Happy early birthday to Marv.
Is it? What's today? I forget. I don't
Today
know.
is the 18th.
Yeah,
Today is the day we'll remember. It's the day Marv saw the Big Lebowski and had no frame of reference as to why he didn't like it.
I said I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's
No good either. Marv, this is a birthday wish. My birthday isn't for another 7 months. I want you to rewatch this film. I want you to rewatch The Big Lebowski.
But why?
Next year. Because I want you to give it a second chance. You gave Tenet a rewatch, and you hated that film. Give this film a rewatch. And actually watch it
Say it again?
Not 24 hours, actually in the moment.
Well, I think it still applies because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty spaced right now.
Marv, you're spaced a lot of the times. It's very difficult to tell.
Yeah, but I'm not. It's did I tell you about the new vegan ones?
Marv, they're all vegan.
No, these is called mushroom stardust.
So you took mushrooms?
No, that's the name. That's the name of on the packet. It's mushroom stardust. That's what it's called.
Marv, if it's not from a dispenser, I don't trust it, man.
It is from a dispenser. Do you want me to give? Do you want them?
No, I don't, because I know I'm going to be knocked out for 2 weeks. You guys are going to be like, Chad, we missed 2 live streams. I'm going to be like, yeah, I took two live streams.
So I'll actually tell you something. This actually happened today. This actually happened. I was in the bathroom cleaning up, and I got a call. I got like 3 missed calls. I wasn't answering the phone. Then I finally answered it. It was a friend of mine. I was with him yesterday, and I gave him some of these gummies that I had, and he said, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine. You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So I'm still high, right? That's what he said to me, right? I'm like, "Yeah, how you feeling? You cool?" He's like, "Yeah, like when is this going to wear off?" I was like, "I don't know. I mean, I gave you 2 of them. I took one.
You gave him 2 of them?
I gave him. I don't know. What happened was I walked inside the store, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, Queen? How you like what?" And she started blushing. And then I said, "Can I just get some gummies, please?" And she said, "Okay, I got these. Now, do you want the strongest ones?" I said, "Yeah, let me get those." And she gave them to me. And then I just said, "All right, here." I gave him his pack, and I said, "Here, it's our birthday week. You go ahead." He ate both of his. And then I ate one, and I gave the other one to another friend of mine. So I had one, my other friend had one, and he had 2. And he's still going strong.
I take it, Marv, that you don't look at
You know that I don't. I don't even know why you have to ask, because you know that I don't.
I just wanted audiences to get a frame of reference, because you have no clue how many milligrams it is.
No, I don't. I just know that it's very strong.
And that's exactly why I wouldn't take it. I need to know how many is in it.
Well, I offered you the 400, and you said you didn't.
Why would I take 400, Marv? I haven't even taken 400 all year.
Well, listen. Oh,
you wanted me to be not, dude? I would be knocked out for literally. Actually, I'm going to bump it up 3 weeks. I'd be knocked out.
Well, I mean, just give it a shot.
I'd be on the live stream and be like, hey, guys, today,
give it a shot.
We're doing a live stream. I think
I'll say give it a shot.
I'll be like Stephen Hawkins for an entire live stream. I'll be like, guys,
I'll just say give it a shot. How about this? You give it a shot and watch Big Lebowski on it.
That's I want audiences to sink all this in. Would you guys say I should take 400 milligrams? Comment section down below. Sergey, do you think this is good advice from Marv?
Depends. Do you want a shorter lifespan? Because we can be reacting to Big Lebowski in a couple of weeks.
Honestly, it was funny because Sergey mentioned a while back, and I was kind of playing around with the idea at first, but then I was like, I don't know how it would be. But originally, I remember you were like, "Oh, we should all watch it." We should all talk about it while we're high. And I was like, I feel like that would be interesting. But I was like, at the same time, I know we're doing it on work nights, so I'm like, I don't know. But it is funny that
my offer still stands.
Marv, I guarantee I'm going to look in the comment section. I guarantee Bootzilla at the very least will be like, Chad, nah. I'm good. Okay. I'm good with 10 milligrams. Good. Bootzilla, have any of you watched Pluribus? And if so, what do you think of it so far? I liked the first episode, but I've been iffy on the last two. So I can speak for these two. They are not watching it. They both don't like Apple. They think that Apple is a scam company.
I don't think that.
Similar to Amazon. Similar to every company. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the last.
No, that's just the iPhone.
Just the iPhone.
and mostly the iPhone.
But no, I am watching Pluribus. Actually, here's the funny part. As much as I love my iPhone and as much as I, like Verizon, it's so bizarre the fact that Apple TV Plus doesn't come with the phone, doesn't come with the programming. So I did get 3 weeks free. So I decided to get the 3 weeks free and use it now, so that way I can watch Pluribus week to week and then also catch up with Severance season 2. Which I'm only on episode 3 of season 2 of Severance. But yeah, Pluribus, I'm with you, Bootzilla. I really liked the first episode. It reminded me of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But the last 2 episodes, I think, have been solid. We'll see where it goes. But yeah, it's solid so far. Also, in answer to Marv's request, Bootzilla says, "We need you, Chad. Don't do it." Yeah. That's where Marv and I differ. I try to control the uncontrolled. Marv just lets the chaos reign. And I'm like, nah. Speaking of chaos, I'm just laughing at this next film that is going to be up for next week, which is Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
I already know that Marv is going to hate this movie.
You don't know that.
Oh, Marv, I do. Before Sunrise. Fantastic film. Swing and a miss. Big Lebowski. Fantastic film. Swing and a miss. Birdman. Fantastic film. Swing and a miss.
You're out.
Now watch. I love this movie. Watch.
I don't see it.
You won't. But to be fair, I am partially doing what I actually do this to both of you guys, where I do the opposite of hyping it up. I go the opposite way.
I have a buddy that
works.
I have a buddy that I do that too, but I can already see it now because you're thinking I'm not going to like this movie at all. In fact, I actually might love this movie. Now, I don't think I'll love this movie. I think
Why
that I might.
Why keep you going with this energy with the Big Lebowski?
I just didn't like it. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I really didn't. I don't.
He's going to be here next week saying, "I've just felt indifferent about it."
But here's the thing, though. What if I tell you glowing? What if I give you a glowing review about it, though? What would you say?
Mark, that's not going to happen.
Fake news.
I think you guys are just trying to speak the opposite into existence.
No. We're trying to push you, Marv. So far, it's working. You're like, I'm going to love it. So it's kind of working in some ways.
Well, it worked with my Predator review.
That's a good point, Sergey.
Yeah,
he went with lower expectations and he ended up loving it. So that's a very good point. We got to do this for now on with movies that Marv hasn't seen on this list.
I saw Predator 3 times. I love it.
You saw it 3
That's
times.
3 too many.
It's great. It's great. It's fantastic.
Get rid of
Bootzilla
that.
says, Bootzilla has a hot take. He predicts Marv will love Birdman. If I'm wrong, I'll sure forget. I'm sorry. It's sometimes difficult for me to keep up with the timelines of comments. I apologize. But I hope you're right, Bootzilla. I really do. I hope that he loves it. But here's the thing. He didn't watch in 2014. So we'll see.
We'll see.
It's definitely going to be a film that I want to talk about in depth because I feel like there's a lot to discuss. Will the humor work for Marv?
Probably not.
I don't know. They'll probably be like, it's disrespectful towards the superhero genre or something. I don't know.
Now that I probably would say.
How do I see
because,
that? I know you, Marv.
Because it's too much of that going on. So I just feel like I would have to do that for everybody who, I would have to, stand up for everybody who feels like they're
you gotta stand up for the billionaires.
No, I'm standing up for the fans who feel like their love is being pissed on. That's what I don't care about billionaires.
Chad, have you seen all of his movies?
Oh, I'll say it again.
Alejandro Gonzalez, have you seen all of his movies?
Yes, yeah. I actually ranked all of his work 4 years ago, I want to say, with Misfit Fund 4 years ago. So, his filmography is very interesting.
It's very diverse. So I can't even say, oh, well, if you've seen this, you'll probably like Birdman. Because Revenant is a completely different movie.
Yeah, I mean, even
like Babel probably seems way different.
I would say he did a unofficial trilogy of movies.
No, the Javier Bardem one.
No, that's what's it called? Beautiful. That one. Excuse me, I'm not a big fan of, but he did. Let me go back. Yeah, he did Babel, 21 Grams, and Amores Perros, which it's an unofficial trilogy, which is it's hyperlink cinema, which is essentially when you have a lot of different characters and they're all somehow, some way interconnected. So
he did a film. I don't know if it's connected from a couple of years ago. Bardo. I was not a fan of that at all.
Bardo, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I definitely appreciated with what it was going for, and I did love the cinematography, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. In terms of, you might like 21 Grams. I'm trying to think what else. There's another film of his that's coming out next year, and it's going to be a swing for the fences. Like he's being given a huge budget. He's working with Tom Cruise. It's not an action film; it's a comedy, and I think it's going to be self-referential. But it looks really good based on the cast.
Speaking of which, Tom Cruise got an honorary Oscar. I guess he's an Oscar winner now.
Yes, and he actually spoke about in R2 in his acceptance speech, and which is actually pretty smart marketing because now people are going to be like, "Wait a minute, he's having a film come out next year. It's not a Mission Impossible."
Getting too old for this.
Yeah, too old for this. I mean, honestly, it's good that he's going back to, trying different genres. Because as much as I enjoy the Mission Impossible movies, it's nice to see him in those more dramatic or more comedic roles because he is a really good actor. Like, yes, he's a big movie star, but he's a really good actor. But are you guys question next Wednesday? Because I know next Wednesday is a pretty big day because I know that's the same day that Sergey's favorite show is dropping 4 episodes. And that is Stranger Things, the final season.
Oh wow! That's next week.
Sergey's favorite TV series.
I lost track of like how many movies and how many. The show should have already ended.
It would have been nice to have a one season, one and done.
I mean, I'm fine with the other seasons. They were kind of fun, but It's like after that, it's like they were going to end it, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, we're getting too much viewership. We can't end it right now. Let's just milk it for 2 whole movies, and then have a whole season, and then probably next they'll have like spinoffs and stuff. Actually, they do have spinoffs, so
Do they?
I think so, or they seem like they're knockoffs of Stranger Things. I don't know. It's a Welcome to Dairyville or whatever.
Oh no, that's it.
That's
I see where the confusion would be.
Yeah.
Because it is very similar to Stranger Things.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember when it 2017 came out, my review was just simply the 11th episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I just lost interest. I don't need it anymore. Plus, everybody's like older and they don't even look like them in the earlier seasons.
So you're not gonna watch?
Nah, I haven't even
Really?
caught up. I'm still on season 4, episode like 3.
So you're not gonna see how it ends?
I don't care how it ends.
Oh damn! He said that with his chest, Chad.
There's a better show. It's called Dark.
Dark's amazing. That's a fantastic show. And I mean, not to compare apples with fried chicken, but Dark is the apples. Stranger Things is the.
Yeah, I mean, Dark you have to pay attention versus Stranger Things is just like a passive show you watch and put in the background.
I don't know, sir.
That is ridiculous. Oh hell no!
It
you
is.
Lost your mind. You
haven't seen Dark. You can't say that.
I didn't say anything wrong.
And he won't because there's subtitles.
There's nothing wrong with Dark. There's nothing wrong with that.
Dark is just very complicated because of all the time travel.
It's like Westworld meets Stranger Things mixed with the twists of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 timelines.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like you have to preferably watch it with someone.
Yeah.
Because you almost have to talk like not talk during it, of course, but like pause and say, okay, so this is happening in this timeline and this is happening in this. It's honestly a writer's dream because I'm like mentally thinking while watching, like, wow, so a bunch of writers had to come up with all these different.
That's crazy. Yeah,
it's incredible. I'm so glad.
And then structure in a way where the episode ends and you build enough suspense for the next episode. It's like you're turning it into a puzzle piece.
And also, just throwing it out there, Marv.
It's a better shot series too.
I would also agree with that. It's number 96 on IMDb. Stranger Things is probably higher. Actually, no. No, it's not. It is number 124. That's
wow. It's a little low.
Yeah, Dark rules. And it looks like based on the rate, it has over 514,000 people rating it. So it looks like people are coming onto it. Because I remember I started watching it with Nicolette during the pandemic. And I remember I think it was like 100,000 or so in terms of on IMDb. But yeah, that's a great show. I love it. So we'll talk about off screen. We'll talk about what we'll do then next week. Because if Marv's going to watch Stranger Things, to answer your question, Marv, I will be watching it too. I'm not quite sure just yet if it's going to be that day, but I definitely do plan on watching this.
I'll be waiting to hear how people are disappointed.
I think people are going to love it, especially since there's a lot of build up for it. But I will say I did kind of sour on it, specifically like the last 20 minutes of the finale where it was just like them eating food and pretty much repeating
I feel like at this point they're ready to move on to do other things. Like, why are they still?
They are
the show because it's a moneymaker, I guess.
Well, I feel like it's.
You guys should watch the retrospective. You guys will like it. The Stranger Things retrospective.
I'll watch the Stranger Things retrospective if you rewatch Big Lebowski.
I said I'll do it.
You do it?
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's what's up, Marv.
What's going to happen?
No, actually, with me. Watch it with me and Nicolette. That's one of Nicolette's favorite comedies, too.
Marv is going to end up watching the Jesus Rolls and liking that more than Big Lebowski.
Sergey, do not even put that out in the universe. Because I could see that. The Jesus rolls a 5 out of 5, a strike. I would lose my mind. Genuinely speaking, I would lose my mind. Because it's a spin-off, Marv, of focusing on the Jesus character. But it's not directed by the Coen brothers. It's directed by, I believe, John Turturro, actually.
Yeah.
It's not good. Bootzilla says, "Love Dark." Let's go. I'm glad that you watched it, Bootzilla, because I think that's such a great show that I wish more people talked about. But anyways, you guys are still watching. To sum it up, Sergey gave this movie, The Big Lebowski, 4 out of 5. Marv gave it
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
When I first saw it, it was like a 3.5 out of 5, I think.
See, now that I would accept. If Marv was like, you know something, Chad, I would even accept a 3. A 2.
Well, if you think about the fact that I gave Honey Don't a 3 out of 5, and this has kind of like the same plot, kinda, we can use that as like a tiebreaker. Yes.
Is it really the same plot? Or is it like that Pulp Fiction and that one?
How do we not have Old Boy? How do we not have Old Boy on this list?
Old Boy?
Why didn't you give me a bone for Old Boy?
Why don't I give you a bone?
Yeah, I'm looking right now and I'm like, wait, we
can't change anything now. Otherwise, we've already changed all these picks.
No, I meant when we were doing the
I have no idea. Did I not put her on the list? I guess not.
Sorry, I was thinking about it. I was like, oh.
Marv.
I was gonna make a joke saying like that's like when Marv watches the original Old Boy, he's like, I actually like the Spike Lee one a lot better, and I'm gonna be like,
I really do like the Spike Lee one though. I really do.
How did it handle the twist well? At least
I think it's hilarious. It's a funny twist.
Hilarious comedy now. Wow.
It's not supposed to be funny though. That's the problem.
I laugh.
He laughed more than he did in The Big Lebowski.
I really did. I laugh to this day. I show that ending to people.
That is so much
you laugh.
It is
I've never heard you laugh that loud.
Is that not a messed up movie though from Spike Lee?
I think
like
it's
an
awesome.
alternate
That
vision.
movie,
I'll be honest without spoiling either twist for people that haven't seen Old Boy. The American remake severely dilutes the twist, like a lot. It's basically like
a secret behind their eyes kind of situation.
It's hilarious.
Honestly, I would say so.
Okay.
Where you have such a powerful original film and then it gets the American remake treatment, and it's like, okay, this is like nothing like the original, except it's just a name only.
It is hilarious. That too. That part too. It is funny.
Comedy for the whole family.
Say it again.
That would be if Old Boy had made it.
Hold up, I didn't hear you say that.
I said it's a comedy for the whole family.
It is, especially when. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but that
I already can see it now when we rewatch. Well, when Sergey and I rewatch Black Klansman, and you watch Black Klansman, I can already see the tagline that I put. Marv says, "Old Boy remake is better than Black Klansman." ...
Well, we don't know. Black Klansman might be awesome. I never watched it.
I think he'll like Black Klansman. I don't know if he'll find it funny, but he'll like the story.
Probably. But I know Old Boy specifically is hilarious. I watched that movie with a couple different people, and every time I watched it with somebody, it was always like a madhouse. That movie is hilarious. Like
that movie is traumatizing.
It's not. It's so funny, especially the scene. I don't want to spoil anything, but the scene where he walks with the shotgun around the house. Wow, that was hilarious. I was laughing 5 minutes straight.
That wasn't in the original.
Oh, I'm just talking about the remake. This is the one that I saw.
Yeah. You. I'm telling you, Marv, you're missing out on quality cinema.
I'll just say that the remake of Old Boy was way funnier than No Big Lebowski. It just was. And that ending, wow. That he sold that. Josh Brolin sold that ending. Like
on that note.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, our next movie that we'll be discussing, part of our series, is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Stay tuned for that. I'm sure that you guys will see us probably reviewing it, or at least at the very least logging it on Letterboxd pretty soon. But thank you very much for watching, and once again, be sure to subscribe to Sergey on his channel. He actually just released a trailer for a short film, which congratulations, Sergey. And Marv, be sure to subscribe to him. He is an Eagles fan. He'll post every now and then when when they're having issues, which can
We don't. Are you
a
saying we
lot.
don't have those? Oh, let's go.
I'm messing. But all right, we will see you guys later.
Later.